Okay, next day, people. Right, I'm converting the video over. I never even came out here yesterday. There's all his tail feathers. Can you see that? He was rolling around out in here, people.
You are them okay?
See? I picked up a whole bunch from in here, dragged up over in here, rustling around over here. Look at that, a whole, just ripped those feathers right out of him.
Yeah.
Hey, oh, geez, there's another one over there.
Yeah.
When I got out here, and I dropped my glasses over there, but I ran over here, and just as I was coming in, I seen this little raccoon right there. It was a small one. You can see another one of his feathers. All right, pick it up, Andre. It's Mr. Lace's feather. And Mr. Lace took off through here. You can see he left a trail of feathers behind. Right, he ran up the stairs. I didn't want him going down the stairs, so I kind of tried to prevent him a little bit from going up the stairs, but as soon as he dashed past there, and the curtain was hanging, but he went straight into the house. Oops, sorry. He went straight into the house. So anyway, he's in the bathtub. He's miserable. He took his medicine for me. He didn't want it, but he took it because he wants to come outside for a while. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get up in here. I'm not going to let you girls out. I'm just going to come inside and clean up the ground and throw a bit more hay in there. And I'm going to put Mr. Lace in there for the day anyway. And then if I have to, I'll bring him in at night. And then we're going to do an inventory. Just tidy up the yard a little bit. It's hot out here. I woke up with a headache, people. There's my little wasabi plant. It's going to need a bit of water.
And there's Mickey.
Okay. Yeah. And they like to be enclosed in quite dark area, so I don't know if this is getting too much sun, not enough sun. Hold on.
I come here.
Hold on.
I come here.
Right. So at some point I'm going to have to enclose this more.
Come here.
What do you want to show me? Oh, what is that, Andre?
I don't know.
That's a bumblebee. Where did he go?
Right there.
Where? There he is. He's just flying around. He loves lavender. I can't see people.
Oh.
Yeah, I got wild bees out here flying around still. And then come up into this greenhouse. It's a little cooler over here because, whoops, there's Mickey, the gardener cat. Hi, Mickey. Mickey. She's always outside with us. As soon as she sees me put on my boots, she comes out. She's, I know what's going on here. And then this is the greenhouse. It's boiling in here, people. It's
spiders.
You know, this is 4 years of love. Hey?
No.
Even though it's hot in here. It's hot love.
Come here.
Yeah, what am I supposed to say? Oh, like that. No, that's a hornet. It got fried in here. They're trying to fly in because their nest got ruined on the other side. So anyway, I have to work on that. I haven't had any time in here, people, to do absolutely anything. We're just kind of using it as a storage room at this point, right? But, yeah. So I'm going to see what I can do in here.
Yeah.
There's a nice corner window, so because I'm going to be having to do some woodwork here, I've been putting it off.
Now look how these.
Yeah, my sons work, so when they come home, they're kind of tired. They don't really want to start, yeah, Mom, we will just start building for you, you know, no problem, Mom. So, oh, God, there's a spider web. I forgot about that, spider season. So anyway, this has to be done ASAP. I'm thinking for Mr. Lace, because he's not going to be able to use a perch for a while. All right, there's that old famous morning glory. See, it doesn't take long for it to come back, right? Like, seriously, I haven't been out here for about a month, and look at it already. Hey, you can see. But it's a lot more manageable, a lot more controllable than it was before. I don't think it's going to be that hard to... Oh, I got a spider web on me. Hold on, people. Okay, so there's the hen house. Nothing's moved since the last time the guys were in here. Obviously, I have no money to pay anyone to finish the job, which is really unfortunate because, you know, I don't know how much I'm going to be able to do on my own successfully with or without my sons because, again, they're working, so it's not like, you know, they're all gung-ho to just come home and spend another 4 hours with me, right, handling wood and all this other stuff. But I think some of this I can probably do on my own. Like, I'm going to try, at least get everything ready, get the wood ready, you know, get a section going. Potatoes need to be dug up and harvest a few anyway. Chickens get in there, they knock everything down. That's what's kind of what happened. All right. So that's what I'm going to do. It's still very bone dry. I don't water much in the back right now. Oh, that one's going to be ready to get out of the barrel. So I'll make a path, get it ready, and then my son will, one of them or both will pull out the barrel or empty it, and we'll see what kind of potatoes grew in that thing, people. We got another little potato patch. All right. Big mess. This is what I mean. I'm going to have to clean this crap up and get it ready for the next stage of building. I really want all this stuff out of here. I'm kind of done with it. Right. Still have to do the path. But it's been so hot. But right now the priority is get in there, clean the floor. Yeah, clean the floor and get Mr. Lace in here so he can spend at least till the evening time with them, right? And then I can always bring him in at night. Okay, I know you're one out, but no, you get Mr. Lace coming back in to visit. You guys gonna have some visit time here pretty soon. Okay, so I cleaned the pen here. This is Mr. Lace's pen, right? A little bit there. I added some extra hay, which, by the way, I'm gonna have to go out to the farms and get some more because I'm down to my last little bit here, and a little bit of cedar shavings for that disinfectant ability, right? Here's that ginger, dried by the sun. I'm just gonna, these are larger chunks, but as you go down the jar, it gets a little more finer. I'm just gonna throw a handful of that, just kind of scattered around. Here's some food, here's some nice wheat that my landlord gives me for the hens. Can you see that in Mr. Vase? Beautiful wheat, I really like it. You can eat this wheat. I actually have a couple of jars for eating. Some old cereal that kind of came to date. Here's a problem I'm having though, people. Every now and then I get someone coming up on my porch, you know, walking off with these bags of cereal, believe it or not. That's how hungry people are in Surrey, if that's happening. And then here's my Mod Podge of dehydrated goods that, you know, at some point had some kind of bug starting to breed in the jar. So we've got some corn, we've got some red onion, we've got some yellow onion, we've got a little bit of, what is that called? Cornmeal, there's some seeds. This is buckwheat, and then there's some nuts. That's some old almonds. You know, there you go. And just kind of do that, right? Little Mod Podge of. So I'm going to put that, and then that's Andre's little bit of porridge that he didn't eat yesterday. So I'm going to put that in there, and then I'm going to go get Mr. Lace. So hold on. Okay, so we're in the pen now, right, Andre?
Yep.
Huh?
I'm Mr. Lace.
Yeah, Mr. Lace is with us.
Yep.
He's all wrapped up in a little towel here. He already said hello to the girls. He really wants to be with them. So we're just going to let him go. Okay.
Did Mr. Lace been a walk?
Yeah, there you go, Mr. Lace. Don't even try and jump up. You can't fly right now, Mr. Lace. You're going to have to figure that one out. Okay.
Okay, now,
But I cleaned it up in here. You got some food. We put a little bit of ginger peel around. Only about 2 small handfuls, people. I just kind of grabbed. I don't got very big hands. So I just grabbed and just sprinkled about 2 handfuls, you know, not overhand, but just a small hand, right? We don't want to oversaturate it with ginger, right? And then, there.
No, I want to.
You want to what?
I want to talk.
You want to talk?
And now, it's what's that?
That's Lady Bird Speckle. So Mr. Lace wants to say thank you for listening to his problems, people. Yeah, you can get some water. You got some nice fresh water. Oh, you say, oh, it feels good to be back home. Thank you, people. Thank you for listening to my problems.
Yeah. What's that?
That's his source. At some point later on, when one of my girls are home, I am going to sprinkle a little bit of turmeric underneath his wing and just a little bit on that sore there, because it did help Ladybird girl. It helped. It really did. Not too much. Not too much, but just enough just to give it a bit of a dusting, right?
That's very Mr.
Okay, everybody's happy. Girls are eating. Mr. Lace is drinking. He says thank you for listening to my problems. All right. And it feels good to be back home.
It's a fake and Mr. Red.
Okay, so I'm going out now, and I'm going to start doing other things in the yard. We'll check in. Hold on. Okay, people. So we're going to do a little sweep here for the next, I don't know, 3 to 7 days. All I'm going to do is just try and muster up some energy here and get on with cleaning up this backyard. I haven't mowed the grass at all. And this mud that accumulates over the winter because of all this water damage, I don't know, it just kind of threw me off for a loop this year. Is it killing the grass, right? And it's really dusty and dirty and gritty and kind of gets on my nerves. But anyway, I'm going to get rid of half of my buckets because I don't have this morning glory problem anymore. So, or weeds. So I'm going to get rid of half my buckets and start putting things away, washing. Obviously, you can see everything needs to be washed. Right? You can see that. It's just the way it is in this backyard. It just climbs up of everything. You don't forget, you got raccoons climbing up and down your stuff too, so you know they're tracking in crap, right? We've got that one raccoon climbing down and climbing up. Anyway, I'm going to show you this little shed in here too that I have to gut. I forgot all about it, but it's hot right now, so it needs to be done like ASAP. So hold on a minute. Okay, people, I can never really ever seem to get away from these things. Those are hornets. They're just crawling around on it. You can see that they're doing something there. Just busy little hornets. I'm in the X Club, people. This is one of those, this is not a little project, like the pet project. Only this one would fall under community programs. There's that oregano, Cuban oregano. I just gave it some water. I haven't been in here in weeks. Can you tell? The thing never dies though. There's our old fish tank. It was unplugged there for a while. I just plugged it back on. I don't know if you can see the bubbles going in there. What we need now is Picosmus. So at some point in the future when I get a little extra money, I'm going to go pet store, go buy a Picosmus and, I don't know, some guppies or something. I still have to fix those holes up there on the roof. And, I don't know. Bill's got a new apartment, so I don't know if I'll ever be able to find him again because I don't think he's homeless anymore. And I don't have money to hire guys anymore anyway, so I don't know. It's back to trying to do this stuff by myself with maybe my sons when they have time. You know, I don't know. Anyway, it's still something, right? So ideally, what we want is the X Club, right? / greenhouse / painting room. You know, these kind of things are supposed to be kind of central in an apartment building where there's lots of kids. You know, you kind of want to rent a suite and turn it into a little community center where, you know, the kids in the complex can, you know, go in and have snack. And you're not really running a daycare. I wouldn't call it a daycare, you know. It's more of like an on-site community learning center, right? You know, for the residents and the children. And you can do outreach for the elderly in the apartment building. You can do outreach with parents and, you know, offer them services through information. And of course we can do all kinds of little things with the kids. So that's why I hang on to this, right? That's the dream. And, you know, that's why we call it the X Club, Lucy the Phoenix Fund. You know, it's supposed to bring in, you know, the nature aspect and the creativity and, you know, the building of things and just the whole 9 yards. But for now, this is all we have, and it's still here. And so anyway, next couple of weeks, well, I'm pretty weak these days, people. I've lost half my strength. When I first moved in, I just don't have it anymore. I'm losing weight again, you know. I don't eat very well. Like, I'm always stressed out, always worried. You know, I'm being pulled in different directions. This is what I'm going to work on for the next few days. I'm going to start getting rid of some of these old buckets that I don't need anymore. Maybe mow the grass, give it a bit of water, and start getting ready to start burying the screen in the hen house over there. Start screening up and putting on the roof with or without help. Get into the greenhouse and add some screens in there. Start working on the tarping to keep the sun out, so that I can actually use this thing. You have to remember now, this greenhouse has been in the making of 4 years. You know, you get these people coming up on my, oh, you know, you're spending money on a greenhouse and you're spending money on this and blah, and your priorities are on the wrong spot. Yeah, well, when you moved into this house and all it was weeds and mud and raccoon poo, well, I think, again, even though there's a few things scattered around that needs to be put away or thrown out or whatever, at the end of the day, we've come a long way, and you're going to see in about a week from now, after I get rid of this miscellaneous stuff, you're going to see that we're coming along. Hold on. Okay, so moving along. Do you see that there? That's a bin. And underneath that bin is another bin, and what should be in there is pop bottle cartons lined up, and in between each level should be a layer of recycled lava rocks, okay, stuff that I found along the way. This has been sitting here for a couple of years now, people. This is going to be my filter for the pond, for the big pond. Okay, people, I just got up from underneath that tree, so if I go, that's because there's a spider on me crawling around. Anyway, for those that like to sit up there and say, you know, you just well, you know, this is a situation where I'm glad I am, because as you can see, I already did this a couple years ago. People got it ready. Okay, so there's like 3 layers, and that's going to be the filter for the big pond. All right, I just got to build a box over it so that it doesn't stick out with a, you know, kind of give it a nice look to it. And while I'm doing that, I'll start factoring in a well. I want to build a little wishing well, so as I'm cutting the wood for this, I'll be cutting wood for the wishing well. Hold on a minute. And then underneath in here, after I clear it all out, this is like new territory. Oh, there's that morning glory, people. Do you see it? But anyway, get up in there. Uh-oh, look at that, people. What is that? City of Surrey, British Columbia, Canada. I am getting tired of cleaning up raccoon shit. Honest to God. Like, why should I even have to go through this all the time? All the time. Anyway, after I clean up that crap, this is where I'm going to put some of the water jugs that I have in case of an emergency and the water system shuts down for a little while. Not going to be anything drinkable. I've got those inside, but I'm going to fill up these old ones that I got kicking around this yard for the last 5 years, 4 years, 3 years, whatever it is. And I'm just going to put them underneath there, and I don't know. Maybe by putting them all close together, and maybe it will just shoo the raccoon into a different location in my yard to use its, to use it as their personal washroom facilities. Look at that. I'm choked. I am so choked. I am so tired of cleaning up this crap. Look at that serious white spider web over there. It's huge. Let's see if we can get into it and see. Can you see that? That thing is huge, man. That's gonna be a big one. Okay, people, before I tackle this problem here, I just want to point out, and I don't know, I pointed it out before, but you know, you don't know when you're going to come across that video. So in the meantime, for the ones that haven't been watching my videos since the beginning, right, and you know nothing about raccoon poo, the thing about raccoon is they like to poo, believe it or not, in a container. That's an indication that this is what they like, because they've done it here. If you notice, that's a planter box. They did it over there in another box. Right over there, they were doing it behind a door, all in one spot. They like to use one spot. And obviously, as you move them along from one spot, they'll move to another spot. If they can't use this spot, now they're going to find a different spot, right? In my yard. So, you know, when factoring in a spay and neuter program, quite possibly a feeding program, because these things are foragers, right? And, you know, they're getting up into people's houses. They crawl through windows and, you know, they come right up into your house. And my son says they're like a baboon. They're like a baboon. And, they're like a baboon. But this isn't baboon country. Alright. So, I don't know. I can't seem to get rid of these things. This used to be in here. I had it open, but after that rat clawed itself through on the other side. Anyway, long story short here, I don't have my gloves on, but there obviously was some sort of a rat doing something in here, right? But I have a cat that kills rats, you know, so I don't think there's anything living in there now. But you can see it chewed everything out. So I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take off this one wall. I have to repair this thing anyway. When I made it, it's not like I'm a carpenter level. I've said this before. This is where I, you know, just need to get it ready and have some man come in here and do it properly, but we'll see what happens. I'll take off this wall. I'll put some of those water jugs underneath there. But yeah, I just want people to see that, right? Like this, you know, this is not fair. Like, why should I have to do this? Like, well, I'm just gonna throw it in a bag and throw it in a city dump. You know, like, do they expect me to bury it? I'm not burying it. I'm gonna go out in the bush and start burying raccoon shit. Okay, people, it's the next day. The weather is starting to change out there, so I don't know how much yard work I'm gonna do. Not that I can do anything right now, because I'm getting tired. I get tired very fast these days. And, you know, the more time I spend outside, the worse it gets around here, right? Anyway, but I do plan on going outside later on today when one of my kids are around with some boiled water to purify the water, with some cotton swabs, and then I'm going to get Mr. Lace and we're going to give him a little wipe down with the cotton swab with some boiled water. And then after that, I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of turmeric on any wound that I might think could benefit from it, right? Underneath the wing, just a little bit there, and just along the net line there. So in the meantime, getting some food ready for them. Little boiled potato. My daughter was having mashed potatoes last night because she had her wisdom tooth pulled, so I said, save me some for Mr. Lace. So of course we know the hens are going to like it too. Boiled corn. It just kind of sat out in a plate after nobody wanted it. Now, I'm going to talk about garlic for the member that watches my videos and asked me something about some garlic. You know, do the eggs taste like garlic? And no, they don't taste like garlic, but what I notice is if you give them too much and if they eat it, you might not get eggs for a couple days. If you give them too much, I think. I think I was giving it to them in the wrong way. I think I was giving them too big pieces. The pieces were too big because I noticed they got a little lethargic, and you know, you could tell that something was going on. So whether they ate all the garlic or ate some of the garlic, I think the pieces should be small, like that, because the chickens will eat what they want to eat, basically, right? And so give it to them, not in large pieces. I guess that's common sense. I don't know. I'm still a new chicken owner here. But little pieces like that, okay? And then put it in their food. So I'm going to be taking this after. So I'm going to take you out to the pen here in a bit. Hold on. Okay, so here's the deal. Here's Mr. Lace's medicine. He'll go out, go into the pen, turn on the camera, show you what he's doing, turn off the camera, give him his medicine. And then after I give him his medicine, I try and get a little bit of water in there and give him that so that he gets as much medicine as possible. This stuff here was just pieces of the inside of red pepper, green pepper, you know, that fuzzy stuff, right, with the little seeds and stuff. So I just chopped up all that stuff. Some cucumbers that didn't make it into a jar, you know, so I haven't had any chance to can pickles. I'm getting distracted here. So I just chopped up those and dehydrated the cucumber, right? So that's chicken feed. You can see that. Some lima beans I got on sale for $1, so I chopped up some of that. I think these are broad beans, right? So I'm going to go through these today. My daughter got her tooth pulled, so maybe I'm thinking I should make some chicken stock, maybe just a mild soup. So I'll throw some of those in the soup, and then the rest of them, I'm just going to chop them up and probably dehydrate them, and then put them in here, because I find I kind of like that. They'll pick through it, right? Whatever they want. We got the garlic. That's what, 5 or 6 cloves, cut up real small. The potatoes, the corn. I don't do this all the time. I don't do this every day. Don't think I do this every day because I don't. Here's a couple of little pieces of sausage that Andre didn't eat, so chop that up because chickens like meat. These blueberries aren't necessarily the ones that I would give him on a regular basis, but because Mr. Lace is sick right now, you know, if he can get 1 or 2 blueberries in him, that would make me feel better. These ones are frozen, as you can see. They're unthawing right now. This is for Andre, and there's a few there for the chickens, and I'm hoping Mr. Lace will eat it, right? In this situation, this is where you'd want to buy boxes full of discounted blueberries, throw them in the freezer and give them to your chickens that way. You know, something where the berry is either, well, you can either make jam or, and you know, for people who can afford to buy boxes of blueberries that are like, you know, not like 100% conditioned, but want to give it to the chickens, that might be an idea. So hold on a minute. Okay, so before I go into the pen, I just picked out some this pak choy or bok choy or whatever that's over in this little patch. It's gone into seed anyway, right? I never did anything with it. The chickens will devour this. I already gave them some yesterday. I see there's nothing left in the pen, right? So that it's like it gives them something to do, right? But what I wanted to point out is here's these aphids. You can see the aphids have now moved over onto the kale, into this little patch. So in terms of that ginger water, ginger side, this is a good time to mix that up today and spray it on the plants and see what happens. Seriously, the last time I used it, I sprayed it on, I rubbed it with my hands, whatever, and then I let it sit for about 15-20 minutes, and because it's ginger and it's hot and it eats, you know, it burns, right? Burns the mouth when you put it in the mouth. I rinsed it off with water. So I'm gonna make a solution, come out here later on, spray down the plants, and then leave it on for half an hour to an hour, and maybe come out and just give them a quick spray, and we'll see what happens. See if it starts getting rid of the aphids there. As you can see, Mr. Lace, he jumped himself down. I left him a little table there, right? He jumped himself down from the nest. That's where the girls lay the eggs, and he's been running around out here all morning. Looks like they ate everything that I gave them yesterday. So this is what they're going to get today, but before that happens, I'm going to give Mr. Lace his medicine, so hold on. So there they are. They're eating. Mr. Lace already ate some corn. Right, later on, like I said, when the girls get in, somebody can help me to hold him. Oh, he's eating the leaf. So he's eating, people. Right, that's good. And then I'm going to just take some, you know, boiled water and kind of just wipe his wounds down a little bit, and then I'm just going to sprinkle lightly some turmeric on the bigger cuts, and then maybe a little bit underneath the wing, because, you know, I don't want underneath the wing to... Hey, he's eating. You've seen him eat that, people, so that's a good sign. He likes corn. That's boiled corn. Yeah. Ladybird Gobble went home. That's why I only have 2 hens left, which I'm okay with. And they left me an egg. I've been getting almost 2 eggs a day. So by the end of the day, there still might be 1 more. Mr. Lace likes to sleep in there at night. So I'm going to just clean up this poo that's in here. And then I'll take you outside for a minute. Hold on. And there's Mickey, the gardener cat. Mickey! Faithful old Mickey. Huh? Something's out here, people, because Boots just ran up the stairs, ran in the box. I wasn't too sure if that was Boots 1 or Boots 2, but it was my Boots. And then, as soon as I opened the door, he dashed into the house, and Mickey's looking over the fence. Okay, so after watching Mr. Lace eat, it looked like he was in pain there, so it might be difficult for him to eat larger pieces of corn and whatever. So I'm just going to throw in a little bit of bird seed, right? Yeah. I've started the water containers. I'm just soaking them right now. And then I'm going to start washing them. I've got a few more around, right, that are going to go in for long-term water storage in case of a disaster or something. I already started up in there, right? You can see freaking raccoons, man. It was so nasty. So this is where I'm going to put these water jugs. Eventually I'm going to clear it out in here and try and build a little roof. I'm going to take off this wall and clean it all out and take out the styrofoam and put jugs of water underneath in there, right? But I don't know how much I'm going to get done today, and as you can see, the weather is starting to change. So it would be a great day to be out here all day. But I don't know, people. I got other things I have to do. So I actually want to get up in here. Maybe I'll do this. And some point today, you can see these are ready to be dug up. Gotta watch it though, the stupid hornets. Oh my god, one just flew by my ear. Oh, I gotta... Oh, I'm allergic to those things, people. If I get stung, I start itching from head to toe. And I was told that I could go into some sort of shock now that I'm allergic to them. So I don't know how I'm gonna get to those potatoes. Anyway, there we go. So we'll just have to throw in the seeds and see what happens. Okay, well, as soon as I threw in the seeds, he's running around eating corn. Aren't you, Mr. Lace? Huh? Because he'll let the girls eat first, right? And like I said, he calls and lets everybody know where all the good food is. Right? He picks it up, he drops it in front of them. Well, that's not going to change. His personality's not going to change. Alright? So maybe he'll eat later a little more. There he is eating something now. So, okay. I will upload this